How's everybody doing this evening?
Alright.
Don't matter if it's a big crowd or a small crowd, it's a crowd. So y'all got to bring more energy. I'm going to put more responsibility on y'all. How's everybody doing this evening?
Alright.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a little bit better. As Brian said, this is the experiment, and as I told him earlier, this is like another home for me. I've been up here quite a few times, so the more I'm up here, the more I tend to experiment. So, I'm going to start with something I wrote, just a thought. It's called, Is It Really Okay to Just Be Regular? Television, radio, and print media are saturated with images of young rich people. Channel after channel, page after page of people under the age of 30 living lavishly. Has there been any other point in American history with more 20-something-year-old millionaires? There are more people who will not be millionaires before the age of 30, people who will not be millionaires before the age of 40. Then there are people who will just never be millionaires. Call those the majority. Are the social repercussions from modern youth being bombarded with all these images? It is simple and plain that if you are not rich, you just don't matter. Many of these young millionaires have become pop culture icons, idolized by the people who support them. Are these messages negative influences on the fans, or just brutal honesty that America is only about $1? It's no coincidence that most of your channels that originated as music video outlets have now become some form of programming allowing young millionaires to showcase their wealth.
Alright.
Then there are shows where the narrator or the host just gives you all the details of some young millionaire's lifestyle. Don't forget the captions on the screen with more numbers and zeros than the box score of a no-hitter. It is not the wealth and the riches themselves that are the potential problems. The potential problem comes in the blatant irresponsibility that is constantly highlighted and glorified. Law-breaking, frivolous spending, sexual indiscretion are common amongst young millionaires. The kind that appear to be highlighted mostly are athletes, musicians, rappers, and actors, mixing in a few trust fund babies that are set for life because they don't ever have to work. These are the legitimate professions that can bring immense personal wealth, but they are also professions that can bring abrupt endings or downswings that can end careers and even end lives. In professional football, your contracts aren't guaranteed. Neither a hit record nor longevity are guaranteed in the music business. Many have lived like royalty for just a very short time until the money ran low. We could probably use more coverage of regular people who have a long-term plan for their success, or more individuals who have chosen to make an impact through personal sacrifice or belief in a vision. Show more people that believe a positive contribution to the world carries more or the same weight than just being young and rich. There's no balance on these scales. If you want to flaunt your wealth and excesses, there is always a camera waiting to film it. And if you have a camera, then somebody is always ready to flaunt for it. A cycle has been created. Everybody seems to have a richest so-and-so's list, but the people that purchase those things, that have those lists, rarely get rich themselves. There's nothing wrong with that, though, because it's very possible to live a dream life without millions of dollars, because everybody can't and won't be millionaires. But to pursue it is your human right. But the pursuit needs to be done with integrity, honesty, and by doing what you love to do. Because entertainers serve a purpose. They entertain. They're not a reflection of everyday life for most people. A non-entertainment related profession can actually have better job stability in many cases. No one can take away your knowledge. No one can take away your skills. So please be realistic. Most won't be millionaires, and most of the ones that will won't be a millionaire in their 20s. Most rich people or even just financially secure people put in years of hard work. That hard work creates a foundation. Notice the same channels that have shows that flaunt young wealth have shows for has-been celebrities that went broke. Just a thought.
Yeah.